What's going on, everybody? Mr. B here. Not happy. Not happy at all. Today, something transpired that has set me back in my way of which I will engage in future eating at an establishment. So, I went out today to get me a certain type of food from a certain place that in most cases I frequent upon. And what happened was I could not finish all of my food. Now, historically speaking, when that has occurred in the past, I was allowed to take with me instead of being wasteful. And it was an entire meal, honestly, that was going to be wasted. So I said to the waitress, "Hey, look, Toots, there's a lot of food here. I was wondering if maybe you could ask the manager if I could take this here food with me home opposed to letting it go to waste." No, I didn't really call her Toots. That would not be good. But at any rate, the waitress went, spoke to the manager, then came back and said, "Hey, look, Mr. B, we know if you have done this in the past, but unfortunately, the on duty manager today has said you cannot take this with you." And I said, "Excuse me? Who do you think you're talking to, lady?" I said to her, "Look, what's going to stop me from taking this? What is the sense? I understand, right? This place, they give you raw food, you cook it yourself. There is a general risk and liability for a food place letting raw food go out the door. Yes, I understand that. This food was thoroughly cooked, and I made a point of that. But I understand it was her just doing her job. But I said, hey, look, lady, are you going to stop me from taking this food and walking right out the door?" And she goes, "Oh, Mr. B, what's gotten into you?" And I said, "Look, lady, I'm hungry and I don't want to be wasteful. So one of two things are going to happen here, okay? Are you listening to me? Listen clearly, open your ears because I'm about to tell you, right? One, I'm just going to get up and walk out without paying and see if you can try to stop me. Or two, I will graciously pay and tip. But I'm taking this here food out with me through the door, and you're not going to do a damn thing about it." And so anyway, she walks away, goes talks to the manager. Manager comes over. "Mr. B, this is just food. Why are you getting so?" And I said, "Look, this food is going to go to waste. What is the point of not letting me take it out? It is thoroughly cooked." And she just said, "The rules are the rules." And I said, "You know what? I'm taking this food. You're not going to stop me. And by the way, on my way out to the car, I'm going to bust one of these windows." And she said, "Oh, take it. Go. But understand, you're not going to be allowed back." And I said, "Look, don't mess around with me, lady. Do you know who I am? This entire building will no longer exist by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. All because of you wouldn't let me take this food here with me." And so anyway, I go out, take the food with me, and I carry around with me a window puncher, right? I'm not even laughing. I take out my window puncher out of my pocket, And I said to the turned to the manager and I said, I told you I was gonna bust this window, didn't I? So I took it out. Boom! Bust the window out. Bust the window right out. And then I turned to my right. And there's like this clown machine making like laughing sounds. I didn't appreciate it because I felt that this machine was laughing at me. What did I do? I bust the window out to the clown machine, right? And there was a little girl standing right there. Um, and I felt bad that she had to be exposed to this type of illegal foolishness. But it honestly, it builds character, right? It teaches these future children up and coming that they shouldn't be messed around with. And honestly, that they should not waste food. So anyway, I get out of there, right? I see she picked up the phone and I said, look, I can't go to jail. I can't go to jail over some food. So anyway, long story short, these people know who I am. They called me and told me that I'm no longer welcome to come back to this restaurant. And, unfortunately, it is what it is. I can no longer go back. Um, but I'd rather not go back to an establishment that allows food to be wasted.